you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you've been thinking about buying a home, one of the biggest questions that usually comes up is, what exactly does a realtor do for the buyer? A lot of people know they want help with the whole process, but they're not totally sure what that help looks like. Having a pro in your corner is the difference between a house and your forever home. So today, let's break it down step by step so you know exactly how a realtor works for you when you're ready to buy. So when you work with a realtor, you want to know that they don't just throw listings at you. They sit down, they ask you questions, and listen to what you're looking for. Do you want a lakefront home? Do you want acreage? Do you need space for your pets? Because pets can make a big difference. They can be the difference between having an acre for your horse or having a kennel for your dog in the backyard. Maybe a certain school district is important to you. That doesn't necessarily happen here because pretty much our whole county is on the Highland School District. There's a little bit down in the south of the county that's in Cave City. But in some other larger areas that may be important. They'll take the time to really learn your lifestyle, your must-haves, your deal breakers, and the ones that are kind of in between. You'd like to have them, but it's not a deal breaker. So the homes that you actually look at make sense for you and are going to be closer to what you actually want to make an offer on. Realtors are going to have access to the most up-to-date listings and market information. Sure, you can sign up for Zillow, Realtor.com, and get listings sent to you. But those sites don't give you all the details, and often they lag behind. I know at least a few minutes between when we post a listing on the MLS and it actually shows up on the other side. Sometimes you'll see a listing that's on Zillow or Realtor.com says pending, under contract, but when you go into the MLS, you actually can see the full details, whether it's taking backup offers, meaning they have an offer, but they'll still take your offer if you want to make one in case that one falls through. There's escape clauses, meaning they probably have to sell their house before they can buy. So again, you can make a backup offer or you could push them out of place. It could be under contract, meaning that they're pretty sure this one's going to close, or just regular sold, or something that's new or actually active and been on the market for a little while. That listing service means that I'm the first to know when a new property hits the market, and you can be too if I set you up on the search that matches the criteria that we went through already that you're looking for in a home. That can give you an advantage when homes are moving in quickly, especially, and even if not, it'll give you, if you're looking for that unique property and it hits the market, you're going to want to be the first one to know, so that if you decide that you want to move forward, then you're ready to do so, then you've already found what you're looking for, and you just maybe have to go look at it in person or have your realtor do a video tour to make the next step in actually making an offer. So it just gives you an opportunity to get the details all the way down to the fine details that you're looking for, rather than just let you know that something new is out there like you would on Zillow that totally doesn't match your criteria at all. So it is important to get all the details that you can so you can be the best one out there to make the best offer as soon as it hits the market. Now, a realtor is not just a door opener, but they will definitely guide you through showings. You give them the address and they can make the appointments with the agents that have the property listed and get it coordinated with the sellers on how to get into the homes, whether they're living there, whether they're not. Now, I will encourage you to do drive-bys before you actually make appointments to go look at properties, because lots of times you can rule properties out without having to go actually inside, and then it just saves everyone a lot of time and effort. If you just drive by, you might be able to see that it's too far out, you might see that it's too far in, that it's on a highway and you don't want to be with that much traffic. There's lots of things you can see by doing a drive-by. But once we get to the property, we'll walk through and check out any details. Now, as a real estate agent, we're going to have been to many more homes, so it's easier for us to catch maybe some details that you would miss when you're just looking at how big the kitchen is or if it has a lake view. So we can maybe point out some potential red flags, like if there's cracks in the foundation or the ceiling, could be a potential structural issue, or could be just some settling, or even some positive features that you hadn't considered. Maybe it has a bidet or an ice maker. So having that trained eye on your side helps you make smarter choices and keeps you from having to waste money on inspections on homes that maybe really wasn't good for you in the first place. Your realtor is going to help you negotiate that deal. Once you found the home that you love and you're ready to make an offer, they're going to help you figure out what offer is the best one to make to get your offer accepted. Now, it's not just saying, yes, I'll take it. There's a lot of details that go into it. I mean, a contract is about 17 pages, so it's going to depend on if you're making a financed offer or a cash offer, You're asking for an inspection, you're asking for a survey. There's lots of details that go into it, and you have to consider all of that when you're putting a price tag on it. Now, just because the seller put a price on it, the listing price, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the right price or what it's worth. So as a realtor working for you, the buyer, they would give you a market analysis of the property that you're interested in, compare it to homes that are similar to it on the market now, compare it to homes that have recently sold in that neighborhood or in that town with similar features, to give you a better idea of what offer to make for the market that it's currently in. So that's also going to decide what it's up to too. It can also be considered how much repairs that the house needs, or if they're selling it as is, or maybe you're going to ask for some repairs once you do the inspection. Another consideration in your negotiating is if you're going to ask for the seller to pay for your closing costs. If you're getting the type of loan that includes everything in your loan, you're still going to have to ask the seller to pay for that. So your realtor really knows the local market, understands the position you're in to be able to make an offer. And like I said, we want to get it accepted the first time. Sometimes you're kind of the buyer that wants to get the lowest offer, so you're okay with countering. But my goal is to get it accepted the first time, because you should put your best offer forward first, because you just don't know if there's going to be other offers on the table that you're going to be competing with. They both show up at the same time, and you may not get a notification that there's another offer. So I always encourage you to put your best offer in first. Now, if all this sounds like a lot of work, you're realizing just how valuable it is to have a pro on your side. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos that will help you win the real estate game. I am Laura Clute with Ozark Gateway Realty in North Central Arkansas, and I hope to help you on your buying journey. Now, a realtor will help you navigate all the paperwork and the deadlines, and it's going to be a lot of paperwork and a lot of deadlines. Real estate contracts can be thick and full of legal terms that most buyers don't deal with every day. So I always tell people when I'm going through the paperwork, if I'm going too fast, slow me down, because I've done it 100 times. I don't want to annoy you with all the legal terms if you're ready to just sign it, but I do want it to explain it to you to make sure that you understand what you are signing. Our forms are created by lawyers through the Arkansas Real Estate Association, and I just explain them the best that I understand. I've got a video where you can go through the whole real estate contract. It's a lengthy video. If you're not making an offer, you probably don't want to go through it. But we do want to make sure that everything you're asking for is in the offer and it's filled out correctly. And it's everything in there has a timeline. When your earnest money is paid, when your inspection is due, how long the time they have to accept the offer or counter the offer or reject the offer. So you don't want to risk losing the house that you want because you missed that signature, you missed that deadline. So we're going to help you keep on top of those deadlines and make sure that all your contingencies are taken care of in a timely manner. And the contingency is any of those things I just mentioned, the inspection, the survey, the appraisal, that they are all done timely so that we do close on time, because the closing date's also in the contract too, and we want to make sure that you close on time so that it doesn't possibly void the sale and that everyone's not liable to go through it. So we want to make sure those conditions are taken care of, that you're on tack, and we are helping you protect your interests in the purchase of the sale. For example, after your offer is accepted, you have 3 days until earnest money is due. You have 10 business days to get your inspection done and a list of repairs to the seller. The survey is kind of not real specific. It basically just has to be done before closing. And if you're getting a loan and you have to have an appraisal done, the lender, you have to have an application into the lender within 5 days of acceptance. Hopefully you've gotten that taken care of before you even made an offer and have your application and they're already processing it. But it's not required by most people, it's just recommended. Your realtor is also your connection to trusted professionals. Need a lender? I've got you the hookup. An inspector? I'll give you a list. Maybe a contractor to give you an estimate after you've had that inspection done and you're not sure if you want to do it or if you want the seller to take care of it, or if the seller decides, if you ask for that repair in the inspection addendum and you ask them to repair it and the seller comes back with, no, I'm not going to fix it, but I'll give you $5,000 to fix it. Well, you want to go get a repair estimate, because what if it's $10,000 to fix it? So that's another reason why you may want to get estimates even when you're asking the seller to fix it. Realtors have a network of people that we work with on a regular basis. So you're not left Googling random names and hoping for the best, because there's a lot of contractors in the area that unfortunately don't have good reviews. So it's a good idea to have someone that you can rely on, that knows the community, knows people that work in the community, that can help you keep your home process moving smoothly along, and even beyond closing when you do go to make those repairs that you planned on doing, or even if something that comes up after closing that you weren't aware of 5 years down the road, then you know to contact your realtor to find out who's doing what right now. The most important thing is your realtor is going to be your advocate through the entire process, from first contact to closing day and beyond. If issues come up during the inspection, the appraisal, to help you understand your options and find the best outcome for you, whether that means asking for inspections, renegotiating the price, asking for a new appraisal, all of that's going to be options that come up for you when it doesn't go as smoothly as you hope. Lots of realtors can anticipate these issues and have a plan to address them ahead of time, smoothing over any bumps in the road. And oftentimes you don't even know that they figured that out for you because they're doing it in the background. They are your constant source of advice and support, answering any questions and keeping you calm through what can be a very stressful process for the likely biggest purchase of your life. So even after the keys are in your hand, a great realtor is still just a phone call away to answer any questions and point you in the right direction. So what does a realtor do for the buyer? In short, they make the process smoother, safer, and a whole lot less stressful. From finding the right homes to negotiating deals and guiding you through the closing, they're your partner from start to finish. Buying a home is one of the biggest investments you'll ever make, and having a professional on your side makes all the difference. So if buying a lake home is on your list, check out this video where we talk about regretting your lake home purchase. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.